good people. My name is Edmund Saunders, and this time I want to talk about the COVID spreading problem. And I'm just going to tell you the way I understand this, and you can tell me in comments if you agree with me or not. So let's start with the big picture. The government is really pushing to get everybody vaccinated, and it's across the world actually. Kind of surprising. So let's say that there is no sinister, evil plan behind all of this. The only thing I see it positive is that supposedly the big government is concerned about your life. All right, then let's take that. So over a year and a half ago of a data and everything, everybody knows the most affected people are the older people, and the older they are and the more they have some problems, they are the most likely people to actually die from the COVID if they get it. All right then. So, but the younger you are and the better your health is, then the less chances for you to die from it obviously drops down, and the percentage is minor. You can probably find it zero point 0.0 something. You can probably die in a car accident sooner than you'll die from the COVID. All right, so we know what the COVID can do for you, and I'm 54. I would consider myself relatively healthy. I eat pretty good, mostly homemade food, vegetables a lot, protein, not pasta too much. So I think I eat good. And I did blood analysis a couple of years ago. I was vegan for 3.5 years. All my parameters are pretty good. I do physically work through the day, do minimum 5 to 6,000 steps. There's been days where I did 10, 15,000 steps a day. So that's my exercise, and besides that, every so often I will go to a gym, and I think I'm relatively healthy. So I do have a little flaws. So for example, I like the cigarillos. Okay, I'm not advertising tobacco products at all, but here is the thing. So yeah, it's went out. So of course, everybody knows, and science and everybody proves that tobacco products are not good for you. All right then. Well, they have warnings on the package. They teach in the schools, and everybody knows that tobacco is not good for you. All right then. So, but yet they still sell it, and they're allowed to sell it to stores, right? And it's up to each individual to decide if you want to take that chance and use tobacco products. Well, then you take that chance, and if it makes you happier, you took the chance. You may not live as long, but it's your decision. So, same as alcohol, right? Everybody knows alcohol is not good for you, and of course, the more you use it, the worse it is for yourself. Yet again, it's available. Everybody can make their own decision and buy it. So the only restrictions they put on tobacco and alcohol in America is 21. You have to be to purchase it. If you look back in Europe, alcohol, when I was growing up, alcohol was 18 years of age, you could buy it. Tobacco products, you could buy it 16 years of age. Okay, well, 16 might be a little bit. But anyhow, so this is as far globally, my understanding is the government had put the regulation on tobacco and alcohol is the age restriction, 16, 18, or 21, whatever it is, right? All right then. After 21, any person is, I think, mature enough to understand the risk you take. So, as for, let's say, tobacco, I like cigarillos, okay? They're not cigars, they're not cigarettes. They're sitting in between. They have a good flavors. I like the one with a pipe tobacco smell to it, predominantly tobacco. Well, again, I'm not advertising tobacco use, but I make my conscious decision when I use tobacco product. And if I believe what all the years of doctors and scientists figured out, yes, tobacco will shorten your life. All right, then. Well, I enjoyed this tobacco product particularly, and I make my conscious decision to use it or not to use it. So I think that should be for every person. Of course, when you have young children, parents should teach them tobacco is not good, alcohol is not good, and that's, I think, the very common knowledge. So, but I, as a grown person, make this my own conscious decision. Same as driving a car. You can get in a car and you have more chances of dying in a car accident than actually from this COVID. So, here is my point. Well, I gotta light this up. I make a conscious decision. Government warned me about the bad things for your health about tobacco. Yet it's available in the store and they don't force me not to smoke, right? They just warn me. So, here is all this prelude about the COVID. So, all right, government and CDC and World Health Organization all warned about the dangers of COVID. We know all that. And the facts show it's mostly for older people. Well, I'm at that age. And here's the thing, I decide that I don't want to get this vaccine. And I have my own reasons. I'll probably maybe make another video about that. But this is my decision. For now, I'm not taking the vaccine. But here's the situation, and this is the whole depth of this video is. Who is the biggest spreader of the COVID? And here's the way I see it. Let's take the person who had the shot, right? So he's already protected. So if he gets a COVID, what's going to happen to him? At least he knows he's not going to die. But then again, who knows? At a certain age, might not even be relevant at that point. So let's say average person, say between, let's say 40 and 65 or 70, right? Gets a vaccine. Now he thinks he's off the hook. He's not going to die. Good for him. So yet, you still can get a COVID, even if you're vaccinated. So you may not die, but you still may have complications. You'll have whatever the symptoms could be from the COVID. Well, at this point, if person, think about this, right? The person got vaccine. He thinks now I'm pretty good, right? I'm protected from a death. Let's put it this way. All right, so he gets a vaccine, right? And let's say the symptoms show up as a cold or a flu. Well, the person who has been vaccinated, he doesn't know if he had a flu shot. If he got the flu or he got some kind of cold or some kind of bug or allergy, what is he gonna do? He's not gonna go and check for the COVID anymore because he's been vaccinated. What's the point? Right? And now, let's say a person who's vaccinated got a COVID. Yet, the person who got a COVID is a spreader, same as anybody else. So the person with a COVID doesn't wear the mask, walks around it, has a little flu, didn't check out for COVID, and he goes in the public, any place, gets close to other people, and he's a spreader. Now, let's take a person who has not vaccinated, right? It's, say, for example, me. Now, I know that I have not been vaccinated, so I have a chance to get in COVID. So I make a conscious decision to protect myself personally. It is my decision if I'm going to put a mask on it or not, how close I'm going to be in public to the people, how often I wash my hands, how often I sanitize everything. See, and now, let's say I'm not vaccinated and I meet a person and he's vaccinated. But he got the COVID and he didn't test for the positive COVID because he's vaccinated and in his mind he thinks I'm safe off the hook. Let's say I'm not vaccinated and I get some kind of a bug, sniffles or whatever, headaches, whatever the symptoms are. Well, because of the COVID, what I'm gonna do? First thing, I'm gonna go to a doctor and I'm gonna test if I have a COVID. Well, the person who's been vaccinated is not going more likely to test it because he's already vaccinated. In a sense, just think about that, right? The persons who are vaccinated, if they spread the COVID, still, when they get it, they're the worst actually danger to the people who are not vaccinated. Just think about that, all right? And hopefully I made enough logic, and if you think deep into it, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Well, that's all for today, and I'll see you next time.